This is Anderson Pen's podcast, episode 14 for Sunday, August 26th, 2012. This is Brian.
This is Lisa.
This is the Anderson Pen's radio network. Welcome.
Thank you.
I was wondering when that was going to come back. It's been like 4 episodes.
I don't want to... I want to keep you interested, and I don't want you to get bored. I don't want to be too predictable, so I'm just going to pop it in there randomly.
Just keep me guessing each week?
Yeah, absolutely. Right. I think that works well.
This week, I spent some of my time in Arkansas.
What?
No. Seriously. Well, virtually anyway. Our good friend Mike Byler of the Byler twins.
Byler fame.
Mike and Tim. He must have
twins.
had... What's that?
They're not twins.
They're not twins. Yeah, that's right. The Byler brothers.
As Tim likes to point out, they are not interchangeable.
No. Actually, there's 3 of them.
Oh, that's right.
The third is the oldest. Chris, yeah. Has no interest in fountain pens, which is probably good given the competition between the other 2.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mike must have had some time to do some antique shopping this week, as I kept getting texts and these random images from him all week long. It was kind of fun to get them, these images of the pens he'd find in shops and the stories behind them, and to hear his negotiating skills, which apparently are either really good or the shop owners had completely no clue. Probably a combination of the 2. So the first picture he sends me, and this is early in the week, I want to say this is Monday or Tuesday, he sends me a picture that's got 5 or 6 pens in it. There's what looks to be a Parker Vacuumatic, a black Sheaffer Junior flat top, black Parker 51, a luster-like cap, probably an aerometric, a nice chased hard rubber more safety.
Mike, that had him drooling, by the way.
A cheap dip pen, looked like maybe some of those Carter's dip pens. They're really inexpensive. And then a lovely, lovely dip pen with a very large gold nib.
Is that coming home?
We'll get to that in a minute.
Oh, crap.
Of course, my eye is drawn to the left side of the picture, which has the Moore and the dip pen. And he tells me he bought the 2 Parkers, the Moore and the Sheaffer, and he got them at a really decent price. The Moore apparently had an American Fountain Pen Company nib, which is really nice. The early Moore safeties all had those, and actually I happen to have a Moore safety just like what he got.
So you don't need that one.
I don't need that one. Yeah, not that one.
Good job, Mike.
Good job finding stuff I don't have. And the Vacuumatic, what looked like the Vacuumatic, was a black Parker. Turned out to be a vacuum filler.
Ooh.
And these were produced right after the Golden Arrow. And the vacuum filler was kind of a name change. Took place, I believe, around December of 1932 to June of about 1933. So real short 6-7 month production line where they called them vacuum fillers before they called them Vacuumatics. So it truly can be considered a rare pen. So he was pretty stoked about that, and that's awesome. And it's
the R word.
The R word, yeah. We'd call that one rare. It's probably in the most common color, but who cares? Find another one in an antique store, right, for the price that he got it for. The dip pen, as it turns out, is something we were texting back and forth. I don't know, what seemed like maybe a half an hour, and I was asking. He had taken some pictures of it, but he left it at the store.
Accidentally, or he chose not to buy it?
He chose not to buy it because that's why he texted me in the first place. He wanted to see if I knew anything about it. He ended up going back for it. And he sent me pictures, and I nearly wet my pants when I saw it.
Honey.
He sent me the description. I'm like, well, I kept asking him questions, and it turns out the nib on the pen is huge. Like I've said, it's marked Bard Brothers, and it's a number 8 size nib. Now, if I go to my maybe in America book, the David Moak book, that puts it somewhere in the 1849 to 1850 time period. And then he sent a picture of the nib. He took the nib out of the dip pen, apparently. I don't know if he did this at the store or what, but next to a Parker 51 nib. And now this isn't really a fair comparison because the 51 nib is, it's tiny to begin with, but this is almost comical. It's huge. It's got to be, in the picture with the rest of the pens, the nib is as big as the cap on the More Safety.
That's a big nib.
It's outrageous. And he says it's wickedly flexible, which thankfully he said was completely wasted on him.
What do you mean thankfully wasted on him? Where are we going with this?
Well, he did go back and he bought it. He didn't tell me what he got it for, but actually at the time it was funny. This will lead into something else coming up soon here. I said, well, you go to antique stores and you see dip pens, and the standard price for any dip pen seems to be about $200. Well, I'm sure he didn't pay that. But he went back and he bought it, and he has promised to bring it in Dallas, in a couple weeks to show me. And rumor has it there may be some trading taking place, and I might be bringing this one home, so keep your fingers crossed.
Crossed? Who's going to cross them, you or me?
I'm going to cross them. Both sets right here, baby. Bard Brothers number 8. This is awesome. I mean, even just to see it is going to be cool. So I'm sure we'll work something out. Then later on in the week, this must have been about Thursday, I get another image. He just sends the image. It's like, come on, Mike.
He's such a tease.
He is. And it's a stunning gold-filled Aiken Lambert dip pen pencil combo. So, of course, I'm drooling. And then he tells me, he says, well, it doesn't have an Aiken nib. There's a Morton nib. And I'm thinking, well, okay. That's all right. Price accordingly, I'm guessing. He takes a picture of the special sign then that's right next to the pen. It's the sign that the antique dealer made for it. And then he tells me it's been there for over a year.
Ooh, good.
And this is what it reads, verbatim, and I quote, Aiken Lambert and Company, number 3 ink pen and pencil. The action pulling the pencil in out is very stiff, but it works. The nib is in good condition and the pen is overall excellent condition. So now let's have a little fun with this. Now, given the facts, we've got a wrong nib. The mechanism is stiff.
Maybe broken if they tried it and it...
Who knows? And it's an Aiken Lambert. It's not an Aiken Lambert. It's an
is that the rare one?
It's the rare one, I guess.
The sub-Lambert brand of Lambert.
What do you think they're asking for this pen?
$99.95.
Oh, come on. Please.
$500. I hate to price pens.
You hate pricing pens. This is very close. How does $295 firm grab you?
That's why it's been there for a year.
So I thought it was funny when I said earlier in the week that, I'm sure they're asking $200 for the Bard Brothers. And here we go. They've got an Aiken Lambert.
Aiken Lambert
for $295 firm. I mean, there's no negotiating on this thing. Perhaps needless to say, Mike left the pen there.
He's a smart man.
I think he's just getting back at me for having Tim at the table in D.C. I don't know. It's just... But anyway, it was a good week. It was fun to keep getting these texts from him. And, hey, if I can't get out to the antique stores...
At least you can live vicariously through...
I can. And maybe I'll get some things out of it. So...
We'll see how that works.
Yeah, this Bard Brothers pen is pretty cool. So I can't wait to see it.
Uh-oh.
Anyway, that was that for the week about the most exciting pen stuff. Well, not the most exciting pen stuff for the week.
No, we have some other exciting pen stuff.
What's going on with? We have some other news.
Oh yeah, big news.
Some big news.
Yep. The pen room.
The pen room.
Yep. Our carpenter Joe was here off and on last week, and he finished rewiring all the old electrical. And some of this was really old knob and tube, and we couldn't use our microwave, our TV, and computer all at one time because it would blow a fuse. So it's been heaven to have that redone. And he installed all 16 recessed ceiling lights, got them all wired up, and started to install the new ceiling. And I've been texting Brian. Poor Brian. You just get nothing but teasing texts
It's rough.
all
This
week.
whole week has been rough.
Yep. I've been texting him saying, oh my God, the lights are up, or oh my God, the ceiling started. So this coming week, Joe will finish the ceiling, install some heating ductwork so that we can actually have heat in the bathrooms in the winter, which will be so awesome. We have a tile floor, and at 2 a.m. in the winter here in Wisconsin, it's a little chilly on bare feet. He'll finish the wall outlets. There are probably 20 of them.
Yeah.
A lot.
A lot.
Install the drywall or the insulation and the drywall on the walls, and we're going to have baseboard heaters. So excited.
Yep. And me being the geek that I am.
You are.
I am. Also got a chance. We decided when we were designing this that now's your only chance. Let's run Ethernet. So we ran several Ethernet cables to connect to our new patch panel. That we're putting in to connect. We'll be connecting a bunch of printers, all our printers for the paper, and some other network devices we're going to put down there. So it's kind of a geek stream come true.
It is. And of course, the packages all came while I was home and Brian was at work. So the bracket for the patch panel came, and he's still at work just getting texts telling him all this excitement is happening and he's not here. So sorry, honey. After that, Joe's going to paint the ceiling and the walls with just a big paint sprayer, which will be fun. And then finish the floor. Needs to be leveled with some cement, and then install the gorgeous bamboo flooring.
Yeah, can't wait. That's nice.
And then we'll have him build some several custom-sized storage units, bookcases, and some other pieces. It's going to be amazing, and hopefully finished long before Dallas show prep time, so that we can have everything down there, organized, and it'll make getting ready for the shows much, much easier.
Yep. We're going to have it probably set up just in time to
see how well it works.
Take all the stuff out and pack it up. Speaking of Dallas, that would be the next show on the horizon, coming up a little over, 3.5 weeks now?
Oh, my God.
Probably 4 weeks from this weekend.
It used to be 6 weeks. What happened? Did I lose some time?
We might have.
God.
Friday, Saturday, September 21st and 22nd. Great show.
Awesome.
If you're in the South and if it's within reasonable driving distance for you,
go.
Recommend it. It's been growing. This will be our third year, third year. And it's last year was even bigger than it was the year before, our first year. So we expect that this is going to be one of the more up and coming shows. Good base of people going, good group setting it up. So that's the next one coming up.
Yep. We'll get in, Thursday, I think.
Thursday, yep. Thursday late. It's a long 22-hour drive, I think is what it is.
I think it says 19, but then we add stuff.
Yeah, you got to add 3 hours for getting gas and
stretching
and lunch and all that stuff. So.
And then immediately after that, literally, oh my God, the following weekend is the Detroit show. It'll mean a couple pretty rough weeks for us since we both still work full time. But Detroit is a pretty close show, relatively speaking. Yep. It's only 8.5 or 9 hours.
Yep. Yeah, that's a pretty easy drive, all things considered.
It's also a Friday, Saturday show, which means we can recover on Sunday. And then at least we have a month off after those two to recover before Columbus. Yeah,
that'll be nice. Columbus is a big show, and we're going to need some time to figure out the game plan for that.
5 tables? 4.
Well, we have
7.
4. I think what is this? I think we have 4, but we might find that by the time we're done in Detroit, with this segues into our next topic, that we may need an extra table. So the big news for this week.
Well, I think that Terry said that we have 7 tables in the row.
Oh, that's right.
In the small room in Columbus. So PCA will be next to us. That means there are still 2 tables left we could, expand on.
So, yeah, I mean, if we're thinking about 5, 6s.
Just one more.
There's just one more. So, the big news for the week then.
Dun,
we
ta-da!
segue into this drum roll, please.
Pilot.
Pilot.
It's coming to Appleton.
Yeah.
Big news. We finally, back in February, we contacted Pilot. And after several months, we can now say we are Pilot and Namiki dealers. Yay! Our first order is already on the way and loaded with the, here we go, the wonderful Iroshizuku. I can't pronounce it. The pretty ink in those beautiful colors. And I love the romantic names. And also the Namiki ink in those really cool bottles.
Yeah, those are cool.
Sorry?
Those are cool. Very cool.
Yeah. Iroshizuku.
Iroshizuku.
All right, everybody say it with me. Iroshizuku. Say it 5 times fast.
Iroshizuku, 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 Iroshizuku. I think I did it 6, the overachiever that I am.
Yeah. Pilot Prera pens are coming in, as well as some of the other stuff that we'll talk about once we get them in.
Yep. Yeah, very cool. We've been excited about this all week, and
yeah.
Lisa's probably tired of me saying Iroshizuku. Well,
yeah, because
everywhere.
I can't say it. I have to read it and kind of sound it out. Iroshizuku.
21.
I'm just going to call it the Pilot ink. And oh, isn't it pretty?
21 colors. So that'll
21.
be fun.
How about the Workbench?
This week, apparently it's snorkel week. I have a nice snorkel, 2-tone Triumph nib, gold snorkel tube in for repair, as well as a PFM, Pen for Men 2, which is the plastic barrel with the metal steel cap. And boy, this pen here has been really a challenge. Almost everything is wrong with it. Getting it completely apart has taken quite some time. In fact, it's still not completely apart. Working a little bit at a time to take my time with it. But this particular piece has great sentimental value for the customer. And so we're going to do our best to try to get back to the same shape as when he used it in high school back in the 1960s. It's gray, so it's one of the harder to find colors in the series. And what I find interesting is that this would have been a pretty expensive pen for a high school student to have used back in the 60s. So he must have been the envy of all his classmates. So, but that's it for the Workbench this week. So.
Very cool. Well, I'm sure you'll have some other stuff. You also cleaned a bunch of my pens.
Oh, yeah. You got a big stack there?
I'm just going to brag for 1 second. I have far too many pens. And so this is my pack o' pens that all needed to be cleaned. And I'm going to re-ink them and put them in cases because school starts. And so I want to make sure I have a pen that writes at all times.
Well, you do have a tray in the pen chest right here.
Oh, you mean like I could put some away?
You could if you wanted to. If you didn't want them all on your desk.
I could. All right.
Which means they're closer to me if I wanted to grab one of those, maybe the Mont Blanc or the ST DuPont.
Okay. I'll think about it.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So.
And now.
What next?
Sorry?
What next?
Now the moment everyone has been waiting for. The only reason people are tuning in this week.
Probably.
What is that? Oh, that's the pen.
This is the pen. Well, could be.
The contest winner.
Could be one of the pens.
Dun, yep. The Sheaffer package giveaway.
Woo-hoo.
We've had some crazy things going on outside. Quite a number of entries from the inaugural contest. There you go.
Quite a number.
Some from as far away as Australia and Canada.
Which isn't really that far, but
wow.
It just sounds exotic.
Well, Australia is.
Yeah, Australia
Canada,
is, absolutely. Yeah.
Not so much.
Yeah.
Throw a stone and you're there.
Yeah.
So, several people wrote notes to say, that they grew up in the area,
mm-hmm.
they have visited here. We had some really funny stories. A couple, please pick us.
Pick me. Yep.
Some cute stuff. So, let's see.
Well, let's get down to it.
All right. Random.org.
Random.org.
Because our daughter Lindsay decided she wanted to go have some hot chocolate and a muffin with some friends at a cafe downtown. So she bailed on us. So we are going to use random.org.
Okay.
And ready?
I am ready.
Drum roll.
Give me a number, and I will pick the winner.
All right. Lucky number 7.
Ooh. Oh, this actually, we actually forgot to mention this. This one is actually, I'm sure this is the farthest away. Maybe not. Maybe Australia is halfway across the world. This is from Turkey.
Awesome.
Our winner from Turkey, if I'm going to pronounce this, I hope I pronounce it right, Zeynep. Let's see, what does Zeynep say here? Joy's following the blog and has a great passion for pens, fountain pens especially, and wrote to us with the Wallady 69 and J Urban Ink. You are the winner. So
awesome.
We will be contacting you very soon.
So that you can pick your choice of your pen, your ink, and then we will add a notepad and send that out to you.
Send that off. So congratulations.
Yay.
That concludes the Sheaffer giveaway. But we had such a great time with this that we thought maybe we'd do it again.
Awesome.
We hope you don't mind.
Probably not.
So we're gonna do another giveaway. This time it's going to be, you have a little bit longer to send your entries in due to the end of the month, the Dallas and Detroit shows. But until October 6th, we are going to accept letters and postcards for the October 7th podcast drawing. We'll be in Detroit that Sunday, so we'll push it off to the next week. On that day, the winner will be offered his or her choice of the Monteverde Artista Crystal.
I like those.
Which is, if you see this pen here.
Love the turquoise. And the lime green is really cool.
Yep.
The pink is pretty, and the clear, I mean, who doesn't love a demonstrator?
Who doesn't love a clear demonstrator, right? So you're going to get your choice of the Artista Crystal, 2 packages of, your choice of 2 packages of Pelican International cartridges.
Awesome.
And one of our very own Proper Pads notebooks. I guess we're going to call this the Back to School giveaway.
There you go. The pen color choices are clear, turquoise, pink, or lime green, and all of them are really nicely done.
Yep.
The nibs are all medium nibs, which makes it easy. The winner will also choose from the 5 different colors of Pelican Short International cartridge colors. Brilliant black, royal blue, brilliant red, turquoise, and violet. And we'll toss in one of our newly designed notebooks as well.
Yep. Pen, paper, and ink all to the winner. The pen does come with a nice converter. Mm-hmm. And it does have a cool, if you can see it here, very cool. It's got a clear feed to it as well. So.
And it comes with a box of cartridges, correct?
It comes with 2 cartridges, yes.
Oh, 2. That's right.
Yep.
It looks like there should be more.
Yep. Nice screw cap. Really nice, nicely weighted pen.
Nicely done.
I think this one may just end up staying on my desk.
Send your entry. Just ignore Brian with that one. Send your entry in the form of a postcard or letter or note card. No emails, texts, I see that, or other electronic entries allowed. Limit 1 per person, please. You know who you are. Mail them to us at Anderson Pens Back to School Giveaway, P.O. Box 732, Appleton, Wisconsin, 54912.
And the winner will be drawn at random, of course, during the podcast.
Absolutely. I think that's it for this week.
Okay. Comments, suggestions for topics, use your pens. Write to us at Anderson Pens, P.O. Box 732, Appleton, Wisconsin, 54912.
Or catch us online.
Email is brian@andersonpens.net.
Or Lisa at andersonpens.net.
You can find us on Twitter, twitter.com/AndersonPens.
We're also on Facebook, facebook.com/AndersonPens.
Of course, the website, andersonpens.net.
We also have a blog, andersonpens.net/blog.
Join our mailing list for advance notice of upcoming events or pre-orders. Thanks for listening to our podcast. See you next week.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.